Hello and welcome to another Average Racing Gamer video. Today we'll be doing Daily Race C at Deep Forest. So this will be our fastest qualifying lap time that we did. Right, so starting the lap here. Crossing the line, we come up to turn 1 and we hit the brakes just after the start of the curbs on the left, on the right, sorry. Get on the power as early as possible. Dab of brakes, down 1 gear, take as much curb as you can get away with. Dab of brakes, as much curb on the inside as you can get away with. Exit again on that corner. Get the drive through the tunnel, hug the inside white line, over the green on the other side of the track, brakes down 1 gear across the bridge. Just as we get to the change of road surface, hit the brakes down to second, so we can give ourselves a maximum traction out of that corner for this long back straight. As we come out of this tunnel, we're looking for our braking point, which is just after the 150. Down to first, 45 miles an hour. Pick up the traction. And full throttle to the line. We cross the line for a 1 minute 27.4. So here we are for our first daily race. The qualifying time that I set previously would be for our third race. So as you can see, we're starting 15th with a 1:30.9 for this first race. And I'll be driving the McLaren 650S with the classic McLaren Marlboro livery. Right, so here we go then. As this is my first attempt around the Deep Forest for this week's daily race, I'm going to take it easy for this race. Bed myself in. Nice and easy into turn 1. Not a whole lot happens in front of us. Two guys come together through turn 3. We pick up 2 positions. A bit more argy-bargy in front of us. Leave some space for the guy down the inside. We managed to keep the position. Internet's lagging a little bit on this first race. Does make it tricky to race against. Find ourselves up the inside of the Supra racing concept, leaving space on the outside so we don't force them off the track. But it does appear that they have better straight line speed than us. So we've tucked into the slipstream, try and help us out a bit. Into turn 1, massive melee in front of us. Someone's got a 3-second penalty. A couple of cars ghosting. A proper corner cut there. So once again, hold it tight on the inside there, otherwise what will happen to that Lambo happen, you run wide, get another free position by someone losing it, you ghosted through them. And find ourselves on the back straight once again. We get another position with the car in front having a penalty. And another one, and another one. I think what happened there was the car in front of us got hit up the rear, and then we managed to go through the gap between the two cars. So that's up us up into P6. And we haven't really had to do anything for it, just other than keep our nose clean. So we'll hurry. There's another position there. Ferrari lost it into turn 1. P5. Got a track limit there, just coming out of the corner before the long straight, just went off track slightly, which is unfortunate. Right, another position, another Ferrari. Lost it just going into the tunnel, I believe it was. That's P4 now. Still got a couple of laps to go. We lost P4 because of our penalty, but we'll stick with him. I have to say I'm pretty satisfied with my pace for this first run. Went way too deep into that final hairpin. And here we are onto the final lap now. Let's see if we can make an attack and get back into 4th place. Bit deep again. I had to go wide to avoid a collision. Oh, he's gone wide. He's touched the barrier. Slowed him right up, but there's nowhere for us to go through. I think we unintentionally clipped the rear of his car there, which opened it up, and now he's into the wall and spun round. That is a shame for him. And now we just need to close this lap out. I'm a bit wide through that corner. We've got a Ferrari all over us who went quite a long way off the circuit. We'll hold the inside line. And get a nice little tag at the rear. So one car pushes us off. The Ferrari pushes him off. And has a half-second penalty, which will be converted to a 1-second penalty across the line. So we just need to follow him, and that will be P4 in our first run. Quite happy with that in the end for our first run. Let's see if we can do better in our second race. So we've moved up to 11th on the grid with a 1:27.9 for this particular one. So here we go then. Gain one position from a slow starting Porsche. A little bit early on the brakes there, but better safe than sorry. Keep it all together. Sort of being bundled a little bit wide by that Porsche behind us, but we hold our position. And I'm just employing the same tactics as we did the last race. No need to get into any fights in this first lap when everyone's all bunched together. Mazda in front of us losing the back end and then hitting the brakes for some reason there. I think someone had a problem in front of him, left us nowhere to go. So a little bit of carnage between the two cars in front of us. Fortunately the two that were in the barrier ghosted, but the Mazda didn't and was pushing us into the wall. Fortunately we were kept facing in the same direction so we could carry on. Nearly lost the position, but they got a penalty. Did lose the position this time. But the rotation of the car pretty well, picked up the throttle nice and early. Try and get in the slipstream with these cars in front of us who are trading paint. But once again we're coming up against a Supra who is pretty quick in the straight line. And the Supra just came across us as we hit the braking zone, which pushed me onto the grass a little bit, which lost me some braking ability, and so we went into the back of the Porsche. Fortunately for him, it didn't really cost him too much, but it has given us a 2-second penalty. And I might have taken my frustrations out a little bit on him there. Not that, you know, since the race is finished and I've thought about it, I don't think he did it on purpose. But P8 at the moment with a 2-second penalty. This is going to be costly. We're going to lose 3 or 4 positions with this one. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3. And then we get spun round. There's no way that guy was making the corner without hitting us. And he does pick up a penalty. I think that's a 3-second penalty he's got. So as long as we stick relatively close to him, we will get that position back. But having started 11th, we're now 13th. We've gone backwards in this race instead of forwards like we did in the first one. But we've still got 4 laps to go. Let's hurry this up a little bit. Nothing really happens for the next lap or two. Confirmation that we do get that position back. There's 3 cars bunched together ahead of us. So bunched together, in fact, that they come together and meet in the middle. We managed to get a good exit out of turn 1, take advantage of the melee and get back up into P10. P9 just ahead of us does have a 3-second penalty, so I'm guessing he instigated that issue. So that should be P9 by the end of this lap. Yellow flag ahead. Is there another one? Is there someone else off? Yeah, there's a car facing the wrong way. That's P9. So this will become P8 as we go through the penalty detection point. I find the braking point for that corner is the hardest thing on this circuit. I either brake too soon and went too slow into the corner, or brake too late and went too deep. I really struggled with that corner through these races. Something I'll have to work on if we come back here this week. Let's speed these things up again. We've got 2 laps to go. Nothing in front of us, nothing behind us. This will be our personal best lap for this run. 28.3. We'll need to find some pace somewhere if we're going to compete for podiums and wins. So at the end of this one it is P8. We do finish higher than we started. A little bit more of a scrappy race. As you can see on the side there, I increased my driver rating, but my sportsman rating did drop a little bit. So here we are for our final run. This is the race where my qualifying time that I showed you at the start of the video is for, a 27.4, starting in P3. So here we go then for the final race today at Deep Forest. We're looking to at least finish where we start in this one. Bit conservative into turn 1, but we hold our position. Let's see what we can do about the 2 in front. Haven't really gained or lost anything on this lap yet. Penalty for the chap in front. I think he went over track limits coming onto this back straight. That'll be applied next lap. So we need to see if we can stick close enough with him to take advantage. Deep into the hairpin then, we've lost loads of time. I don't know if that was a bit of lag or whether I just broke too late. So we're looking like we've lost touch with the 2 leaders at the start of this lap. So we'll have to look in our mirrors a bit more this lap, I think. But it looks like we've gapped the guy behind, so we don't need to worry about him. We were not close enough to the Lambo to take advantage of his penalty. But we're still in this. Less than 2 seconds from the leader. For a very short time I did hold the fastest lap of the race. Not really a lot happening for us at this race. We're 3.5 seconds in front of the guy behind. We're 1.5 seconds behind the Lambo, who looks like he's got another penalty. So let's see if we can close up again to take advantage. But we don't, and we get our penalty ourselves, do we? No, I thought we did on that one. Two leaders are fighting. Hopefully we can pick up any scraps. The Porsche has picked up a 1/2 second penalty. Stick with him as close as possible. Been a bit scruffy with my lap times on this run. Definitely could have been closer if I was a bit more consistent. Definitely not close enough to make a move. And then fell into the trap of following the car wide instead of taking my own line. So we go then onto the final lap. Keep it clean and we'll get a podium. Can we improve the position on the podium? Oh, the Porsche just caught the grass on the inside there. Nearly lost the back end. Now I've gone wide at that one before the bridge. Try and get the best possible exit we can out of here. The Lambo went wide over the white line. He could get a penalty. And he has got a half-second penalty, which will be converted once again to a 1-second penalty across the line. But we're not close enough. We're going to be half a second short of gaining that position. Unless these two manage to slow each other up as they go up to the line, which I don't think they're going to. They did a bit just before the line, but not enough. P3 for us in that final race. Quite happy with that. I'm happy with the result. I'm not quite so happy with the pace I showed in that race, but that feels like a good place to end it there. Thank you guys for joining me. This has been an average racing gamer video, and I will see you again on the next one. Please remember to like, share and subscribe this video.
PlayStation